we are going to open a LynB Designs package tonight. This was sent to me by LynB Designs to show off to all of y'all. Getting that out of the way for YouTube purposes. Let's send this to our broadcasting group so everyone in there knows that we are live right now. We'll see if Instagram tells people that we're live tonight or not. They're very hit or miss. Hello, Raza. Welcome, welcome. I'm very excited to get in this package. As y'all know, if you've been part of my LynB lives before, Jenna Lynn is very organized and sends her stuff out super early. So I've had this package in my hands and my possession. That's the word I wanted. Hello, Bianca. I've had this package in my possession for like 6 to 8 weeks. So like to have a mystery package like that on your hands for that long is just a little bit like nerve-wracking. Like I want to get in this. I'm very excited to see what she has created. I do know that everything in here is part of the Lover of Words Moira Part 2 collection. Hello, Laura. Everything launches on March 6th at 12 p.m. Eastern. If you're part of the LynB Loves Facebook group, sometimes she opens the website early and she'll post over in that group if she does. Hello, Maria. So definitely join the Facebook group so you get slightly early access. And then as always, she does have a discount code for release weekend. So March 13th through the 17th. Actually, I pulled that off of her paperwork, but if it comes out on March, wait a minute. Hold please. I think I wrote the wrong date on my paperwork. I did. Okay, so I need to change my post-it. I wrote the swatch due date on my postage, so everything comes out March 13th. And then for release weekend, the 13th through the 17th, use the code word WORDS, WORDS, which I have on that post-it when we screenshot later. You can get half off of your purchase. Of course, there are things that aren't included in that, like the charity polishes and such, but it works on almost everything in the shop. So yes, I will have to change our post-it. I totally wrote down my due date and not the release date. So I will fix that when we flip around in just a minute. But since I've opened the package now to get out the info sheet, let's get into it. Hello, Pickle Loves Polish. Okay, so let's get into opening this. Again, if you've been part of my LynB lives before, you'll know that because of the way things come in and I have to divide up on like, this is this collection, this is PPU, this is Little Box of Horrors, because we do like Polish Pickup, Little Box of Horrors, HHC, all those we do individuals. I do have to go through and figure out what is what in the package. And Jenna Lynn's boxes are absolutely beautiful, but they have, you know, nothing but a little hinty window here. So I do have to open the box, look at the bottom label and decide where they go. So everything in here is already opened, so that way I can figure out what live they need to go in, but I don't look at anything. I try to not even see the window. Again, this came 6 to 8 weeks ago, so y'all, even if I did see the little window snippet, the ADD, it's gone. I don't remember what it was. But I also don't see a point in reclosing the boxes than to reopen them on camera and deal with, you know, tearing and all that stuff. So that's why everything is also open if you are new here. Also, if you're new here, hi, welcome. We do these fun lives for all of my PR packages that come in before I swatch them. So everything right now is a live unboxing and first reactions. I don't look at anything until we are here together. Yeah, my brain stopped. We do these lives here over on Instagram, and then I do cross-post them over to YouTube just to make it easier for watching replays. So if you want to watch a replay or you want to be able to come back and pause and all that jazz, YouTube is the place. My handle's the same, spelled exactly like it is up here. Yeah, it's just kind of there for y'all. I did it for ease of watching these. It's not really like, you know, I'm not there trying to get a giant following or anything. Although I will say, y'all, I was kind of excited because my numbers were growing. And then the other day I lost a subscriber, which is not a big deal. It's going to happen. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but like, I don't totally pay attention to it. Every now and then I'm just like, wow, there's more people than I thought. But then I literally noticed and I was just like, oh, yeah. So that's a thing. Anyways, our first polish, y'all, which is a beautiful blurple, is Psychophant. So again, this whole collection is the Lover of Words Moira Part 2. So we've had a Moira Part 1 in the past. I believe that was before I was swatching for her, but I do think it was about a year ago. Maybe longer actually, because I was swatching her. Anyways, this is the second part of that. So it's going to be a lot of fun words, probably things that I can't pronounce because Jenna Lynn loves to send us stuff we can't pronounce. Hello, CC Polishes. So yes, this is Psychophant. It is a gorgeous blurple. I think it's like a light purple kind of base, and then it has this gorgeous blue purple shifting shimmer in there. It is coming up slightly bluer on this front camera. Hello, Jen. So I'm sure when we flip it around, it'll be the correct color, but it's stunning, very glowy. Again, everything is coming out on March 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern. Next we have, also if you're new here, we do throw the boxes on the floor because I have a small dog who loves to play with them. So she may or may not come in here. It just depends on how lazy she's feeling tonight. Jen says, okay, I came in on my other account, CC Polishes. Oh, that makes sense. So welcomed in for a second time, Jen. Laura says the glowy blues. Yes, and it's so glowy. It's so glowy, y'all. Second polish is Quick Exotic, and this one is a thermal. This is a really pretty kind of steely blue. Then it has a gorgeous shimmer. I see gold, red, pink, and maybe purple in that shimmer. And then it also has hollow flakes. So let me find the flashlight app on my phone and make sure it's turned all the way up so we can show off the hollow sparkles as well. Ooh, look at that shimmer. Pretty. Do we want to take any bets on what color we think this thermal is going to go to? So right now we're like a steelish denim blue. I'm guessing clear on this one just because of the tone that it is already. I'm going to guess clear, but feel free to put your guesses in the comments or in the chat thread, wherever you're watching this. If you watch YouTube, I know a lot of people like to just leave a comment at the end. That's great. I do have a couple people who like to comment as they go. I love that. I think that's so fun. It's kind of interactive even though you're not live with us. So if you want to play the guessing game, put your guess in the comment section and then we'll find out together if you're correct. Hello, Mia Joy Jones. My goodness, I'm sure I butchered that. I apologize. Is it just Mia? It's just Mia. Welcome, Mia. Next we have told you I can't pronounce some of these. Mellifus. That's what I'm going with. It's probably wrong. This one's a magnetic, which is surprising because it's a very light pale pink with a gorgeous shimmery, almost silver tone. And then you can see this pink purple shimmer in here. Laura guesses clear on the thermal as well. I feel like magnetics to me tend to always be like very saturated, deep, rich colors. So although I will say Jenna Lynn has surprised us a couple times with some lighters. Y'all, she did that white flaky one back in, I think it was like August. It was so gorgeous. It was like the perfect for like a wedding and it had like a silver tone. So she does do some lighter ones, but to me, I always expect them to be these really deep tones. So I love to have this pastel. Let's see what she goes to with the magnet. So we do have that beautiful, ooh, it's almost, I think it's like a two-tone magnet. Oh, we got the balls in the way. Always the balls. I feel like it's almost a two-tone. It's a purple silver kind of magnet. I'm not sure if you can see that second line or not. I'm feeling like, okay, hold on. Let me adjust this arch light up here to be a little bit closer for y'all. I have my camera in a different spot. I feel like I think I usually have it up a little bit higher. So let's see now. Okay, with the arch light a little bit closer. Of course, you can see that mixing ball getting right in the way. But I feel like it does have almost two-tone, but it's definitely a silvery magnet. Then it has a pink and purple shimmer. Super pretty. Hopefully the back camera shows that better, but it's like a ballet kind of pink. Very sweet. Next I see a magenta. I do know, because looking at the info sheet, making sure I was prepped for tonight, I do know we have two magnetics, a thermal, and I think a glow-in-the-dark. This one is Vivacity. Oh boy, I told y'all. Hello, Stephanie. Yeah, I told y'all I'm not going to be able to pronounce these. I mean, it's a lever word, so it makes sense, and I'm going to struggle with a little bit. We're going to say Vivacity. Don't know if that's right or not, but it is a really pretty magenta with a gorgeous pink purple glow to it. It's a like higher density shimmer pigment, so it almost looks like glitter. Again, very glowy. What's next? Y'all, doing these unboxes is like Christmas because I never know what we're going to pull out of these packages. Ooh, I just saw a hint of green. Yes. Okay. This is Irksome. And it is a gorgeous pregly green, if you will. It's almost like celery tone to me. And then it has a really pretty blue green shimmer in it. Look how glowy that blue is in there. Hello, Laura. Oh, I love this one. Y'all know I love a good green. I love a Pregly. This one's right up my alley. Very, very excited for that. And also I just set it next to that Vivacity, or however we say it. Vivacity? Maybe that's how it is. Maybe I need to say it faster. And y'all, I love this combo. Look at this pink and green together. I'm obsessed with that combo. Absolutely gorgeous. Also, I hope everyone has had a wonderful week. I feel like I was live, was it like last Thursday, last Wednesday? It's been a little bit. So I hope you guys had a great weekend, and your week has started off pretty well. I know it's Tuesday. I actually know it's Tuesday, and it's actually March this time, y'all. But I hope everyone's having a great week. Oh, we have another green. This is Pernicious, which is a really pretty mossy green. And then it's got an orangey golden shimmer to it. Again, I would put this in the Pregly collection. Once again, if you're new here, Pregly is said with a loving tone to it, especially because I love me a good Pregly. We have just a few more to unbox here. We have Bedeviled, and this is a reflective, oh, it's a really pretty red, and it's got these gorgeous flakies in it. It looks like they shift pink and gold perhaps, and then it is a reflective, which I can already see the silver sparkles, but let's grab that flash. Yes, all you red lovers are gonna love this one. I'm not typically a red person. We've gone through that. It's just not my favorite shade, but I love the sparkle of this. It's very ruby-esque, and those flakies give it a gemstone quality. Beautiful. Feels like two more in here. Maria says, wow. Jen says, love it. Yeah, y'all, it's really pretty. And I feel like the front camera is just not doing it today. I don't know if I have it in a, like, I know I have it in a different spot. I know I have it lower than usual, but something still just feels off. I don't know. Is it? No, I don't feel like that. I don't know. Something just still feels off today. It feels darker. Maybe it's just my brain. Could very much be. Bianca says, wow. Next we have Languid, which is kind of one of those smoky bases with shimmer to it. So I feel like it's going to be a smoky purple base. And then it has this gorgeous orangey red to magenta shift. Definitely excited to see this one out of the bottle so we can see the actual base color. But look at that shimmer to it. It's so, so glowy. Laura says, your polish wall looks amazing. You do feel great having it done. Thank you. I finished it last week, literally right before we did our live last week. And I do, like, I love having it done. I hate that it took me a year. I'm very happy though, because I purged while I did it, and I purged about 45% of my collection. So everything is on the wall except for blacks are in a drawer, whites are in a drawer, and then glitters and Crellies, because they just weren't organizable. Those are in a drawer. And then I technically have 2 glitter drawers that I still have to purge, but when I was doing all this, I couldn't get to them. And I know it's a lot of mainstreams that I'm probably going to be getting rid of. So I am very excited. And then technically over on this side of the wall, I ended every row with a gap. So when PR comes in, I can easily put stuff and organize it. And then once the section of colors is full, like there's, I think, 4 rows for green. When the 4 rows are full, that's it. We start purging. Like one comes in, one has to go kind of thing. So that way the wall is literally my limit. I'm trying to be better about it. I also, like, y'all, we love these. And yes, I've swatched them. So technically I've used most of them. Or I shouldn't say most of them because I have a ton that I've purchased myself. But, you know, everyone says, oh, you'll never use it in your lifetime. Now, I use a lot of these because I swatch them, but I don't go back to all of them often. So I would love things that just maybe aren't my jam or not my jam anymore. Can go to someone who would love them and use them and get a decent price. And honestly, I can make a little bit of money on it because, you know, y'all, polish ain't cheap. Life ain't cheap. We just got a new Jeep. We're going to Texas next week. So, but yes, I'm super excited that it's done and that now I have kind of like a system and a routine for myself to like lock in and stay focused on how much I have and what I use. So, but I am very excited. So, plus y'all, it's just, I love it. It's an art piece for me. I love it. Last but not least in our package here is Infallible, which is another magnetic. It is a beautiful, it's coming up totally silver on screen, but I feel like it has just a touch of pink to it. Although maybe that's just the light reflect. Maybe it's my hair reflecting. Hold on. Let me, no, I feel like it has a slight pink. I'm sure we'll have the official description will tell us if there's some pink tone or not. But it is a, the word I want, It's a type of hollow. It's all in one line. It makes a flame. It's a pretty hollow. My brain's not working for the word, but here it is with flash. You guys will know the hollow I'm talking about as soon as we flash. There's that beautiful linear. Linear is the word we want. See, we're all about words tonight with this collection, and I don't have any words. This is, thank you, Laura. Linear hollow. You can see that beautiful flame in there. And the fact that this is a magnet, I'm so excited to see this magnetized. So let's grab our magnet and do that, and then we'll put the flash on it again. Wow, holy cow. Did y'all see how quick? Okay, sometimes the bottles never stay. Can we get the line? I want the line to stay so I can also put the flash on it. There we go. Okay, you can see a little bit there. It's moving. It's not the easiest to show in the bottle, but I hope our swatches show it better because it's absolutely beautiful. I don't know that I've ever seen a linear hollow. LynB always brings out the stuff that's so unique. I'm very, very excited to see this one swatched as well, so we can see that gorgeous crisp line and velvet, because we will do velvet swatches or magnets too. I think that's everything unboxed. I do have to change the date on our post-it. I'm gonna grab me a drink really quick. Okay, I guess we're ready to get into swatches. So just as usual, I'm gonna flip y'all around. I do have everything prepped for tonight. I just realized I think one was a glow in the dark and I didn't read it on the label. Hold please, let's figure out which one it is. I'm very excited for it. It's none of those, none of those. What are you? Oh, okay. It was the glowy blue. It says it's a glow in the dark on my paper. And I think I do see some glow pigment down there. So I'm just grabbing my little UV light here to see. I feel like it is glowing. It's obviously we have all these lights in here, but hello, Leslie. Oh, did I say that right? I'm sure I probably butchered your name. It looks like, please let me know. I feel like it's Leslie Loves Lacquer, but it could be Lacey. I don't know. Please let me know. Oh, maybe it's Lacey. I don't know. Let me know how to say it. I hate mispronouncing y'all's name. I hate mispronouncing everything, but that's life, and especially when we have a words collection. So this one doesn't have glow in the dark on the label, but there's glow in the dark on my info sheet. So A, somebody remind me to show this glow in the dark just in case it does, because y'all know I will forget. But B, hopefully I'll remember to show glow in the dark. So yeah, let's flip y'all around and we're gonna get into these swatches. It's Lacey. Okay, I will try my hardest to remember that. Hello, Rebecca. I'm not always the best. The ADD does run strong, but I will try my best to remember that. It's Lacey. Okay, I'm gonna flip y'all around. We're gonna scoot you down. Ignore that info sheet for a second because it is not correct. We are just gonna fix this right now. It's really hard to like, can I write over it? Is that absolutely horrible, y'all? Because it's hard to erase it because it's a wet erase and I then would have to get wet and then everything smears. That is kind of horrible, isn't it? All right, I'm just gonna rewrite it over here. Okay. There is that. You are zoomed in a little bit. If anybody wants to screenshot tonight's information. So we do have the Lover of Words Moira Part 2 collection. There are 9 polishes. It's going to be $13 each or $117 for the set. And then if you use that code WORDS for half off the 13th through the 17th. Again, that will be on all of these polishes here and lots of other things on the site, but it does not work on everything on the site like charity polishes and the likes, just so you know. Hello, Heather. Hello, Jean Nelson. Is it Jen Nelson? I bet it is Jen, isn't it? Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm terrible. I can't pronounce anything. I believe it's Jen. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we are getting into these swatches. Let me see. Can I fit the whole collection on this screen for y'all? I really, really love LynB's collections because she does something for everyone. You've got magnetics here, you've got thermals here, we have reflectives, we have shimmers, we have hollows, we have glow in the darks. There is something for everyone in her collections. We've got Pruglies. We have 2 Pruglies in my opinion, and you know I love them both. So I just love that she has such a versatility that no matter what she launches, you're gonna want to buy something. And she's very affordable, in my opinion, as well. So, all right, there is the 9 polishes that we're going to show off tonight. I am going to start with the 2 magnetics so we can use our glamour gear and then get it out of the way. Y'all know it's just a little bit easier here. So actually, as I set these to the side, I'm going to grab those two magnetics out so I don't lose them. And then we're going to get into it. How is everyone's Tuesday? Did Crystal come in yet? I don't think I saw Crystal yet. I can't ask her what she's cooking because I haven't seen her. All right, so we are going to use our glamour gear. I am going to zoom y'all in a little bit more so you can, okay, by a little bit, I mean a lot bit more. So you can really see what is happening while we're doing these. I'm going to turn on my air purifier because we don't want to die. Not that y'all would die from nail polish, but you know what I mean. You know the reasons. And then of course we are going to be doing our magnetics on clear swatch sticks. So I have those ready. I also feel like I zoomed in maybe just a teeny tiny bit too much here. Like we want to be up close and personal, but maybe not that up close and personal. And then we are going to go in with the first one on the list. Again, makes it easier on my OCD, ADHD. That's the words we wanted. I mean, to be fair, y'all, I have the alphabet, but right now it's the ADD that's all over the place. Let's go in with Mellifluous. Y'all, I don't even know. This one is our magnetic. It is a grayed out pastel peachy pink base with blue to purple to pink shifting shimmer and a ghostly silver magnetic pull. It's very pretty. This is very dainty to me. I have lost my magnet. Also probably my marbles, but definitely my magnet. Here it is. We're going to try and show that magnetic pull. I know the bubble gets in the ways. Hello, Becky. Jen LO, I'm an alphabet warrior as well. Welcome to the club. We can all have our alphabet soup together. All right. Yeah, it's always hard. Ooh, y'all, look at all that rainbow in there. I didn't notice all the colors before. Purple to pink, blue to purple to pink shifting shimmer. And y'all, they're all in there. I feel like I see green at extreme angles, but also sometimes the bottle adds some colors with that glass reflective. So we'll see it when we get out of the bottle. But that silver magnetic line is stunning on this. Okay, let's get it on our swatch sticks because I'm very excited to see this one, y'all. And of course, just like always, we are going to do it in a bar magnet as well as velvet so you can see it both ways. Let me get the bottle open and we will get into this. Again, this is Mellifluous. Y'all, Mellifluous. I'm so bad at saying these words. It is a hard word. We will give you label shots after 2 coats for sure, so you know. You don't have to say it, you just have to be able to type it. All right, here she is unmagnetized really quickly. Such a pretty pink. Let's throw that down on our bar. Ooh, it did get an instant line. I'm going to scoot you down a little bit so you can see that. Gorgeous. And then let's do a second one for that velvet. Also, y'all, I moved this ring light and now I'm hitting my head on it. Every time I lean in to do something in the camera, it bumps me. I don't know. I feel like my setup is just a little bit off tonight, which is making me a little bit off. Here it is again, unmagnetized. Throw that down in our velvet zone. Oh, I don't know if anyone saw that, but I watched the pigment kind of move and scurry. It was really pretty. And then while that first coat sets, we're going to go ahead and do the first coat of our second magnetic. And then we'll look at the first coats. Again, just it cuts down drying time, y'all. It lets me get magnetics done so that we can get all this out of our way and I have more space to work on the non-magnetics. So our second magnetic is Infallible. This one is a linear hollow base with pink to orange shifting shimmer and a hazy silver magnetic pull. Okay, so it does have a slight pink tone to it. It's got a pink to orange shifting shimmer, which you can very clearly see here. Of course, it is under an arch light, so that's gonna have a slight effect on it. Let me grab the magnet and we'll show it before the flash and we'll also show it after the flash. It has this gorgeous silver magnetic line. I do have a feeling this is going to be a slightly subtle magnetic just because the hollow is so strong with it. But I am excited to see it. Let's grab our flash too so we can show off that hollow. I don't think I can do the bar magnet and the flash just with the movement and the air bubble in there. But we will definitely show it with flash after we do the swatch sticks for sure. That, like, the flame on this is gorgeous, and then you have that stunning orangey pink shimmer too. This is beautiful. Like I said, I personally do not own a linear hollow magnetic, so this is super fun for me. I love a good unique polish. When you have as much polish as I do or have had, it is hard to find things that you don't own yet, so I always love finding something new. So here is a first coat of that. I will say I am surprised by the opacity of this. I thought it was going to be quite thin, and it's not bad on the first coat. So there it is, unmagnetized. I'm a big believer in not magnetizing a magnetic polish. If you don't feel like it, you can do whatever you want. It's nail polish. It's not that serious, y'all. It's meant to have fun and be creative with. Let's do our second swatch stick for our velvet. Again, really quickly unmagnetized. That shimmer really comes through. It's absolutely beautiful unmagnetized. So if you don't feel like dealing with magnetics or you don't have the time for the day, I think this is a stunner on its own. Let's go back and look at our first coats of Mellifluous. Y'all, I'm going to say it different every single time until maybe I get it right. Like if I always say it different, one of these times it'll be right, correct? This is our grayed out pastel peachy pink base with blue to purple to pink shifting shimmer and ghostly silver magnetic pull. This is our first coat with the bar magnet. You can see it there in the middle. It's not as crisp. I think part of that's just because it's a thin first coat. As far as opacity goes, we definitely need a second coat at least, y'all. But it is really pretty. I love that pinky shimmer to it. Oh, excuse me. Beautiful. Let's take a look at the velvet and then we will paint on our second coats and let them sit while we go back to the second one. So here it is, velvet. I do see all the pigment in the middle, but velvet really comes through on the second coat. It's just hard to see, especially on some of these thinner ones. Yeah, definitely needs a second coat, though it is more opaque than the bar magnet because all that pigment's there on the top. Like you can see, it's hard to read on there now. Yes, I do have Twilight nails. I did post these, I think, yesterday. I do have Edward and Bella there, and then we have Jacob here on the pinky over top of Royla Lee's Thimble. This was actually for Taylor, the maker of Royla Lee's birthday. Very fun. So this was our first coat of Mellifluous. Y'all, I'm telling you, I cannot say it. It's just a struggle. Let's do our second coat so we can set while we go back to Infallible. So again, going in second coat of Mellifluous. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I can't say it. I cannot say it. Mellifluous. I don't know. Mellifluous sounds like a villain, doesn't it? It's like Maleficent and something mixed together. All right, here's our second coat. Y'all, this is just a really lovely shade. It's very soft. I think it would be beautiful for a wedding, whether you're in the wedding or just attending, or if you had an event where you needed to be a little bit more professional. I think this would be such a pretty little hint of color with that fun magnetic line, but it wouldn't be like super attention grabbing to like call out. Hello, La La Land Diaries. Welcome in. We are showing off LynB Designs Lover of Words Moira Edition Part 2 collection. This launches on March 13th. This right here is a beautiful magnetic. This is our second coat for our velvet, which I'm going to sit down there in our velvet zone. And we're going to go back to our Infallible, which was that linear hollow. It's the linear hollow base with pink to orange shifting shimmer and hazy silver magnetic pull. Let's look at our first coats there. So I feel like the magnetic line is a little bit stronger on this one. Definitely still needs a second coat. It is definitely on the more sheer side on that first coat, but that line is beautiful. And of course you have the sparkle from the hollow already. Let me grab the flash to show that hollow off. And then you see that gorgeous pinky orange shimmer even more. I'm very excited to see the second coat of this one. It's lovely. And then let's grab our velvet here. Again, first coats on velvet, I feel like usually don't come through as much. You can see the pigment there in the middle. Second coat's going to come through better. Again, definitely need a second coat for opacity. But you can see it built up there. Jen's loving how clean they are. Aren't they? They're very like fresh, you know? I think they would be beautiful for any event. Here it is with the flash to show the hollow off. Thank you, La La Land Diaries, for following me. I appreciate it. We do lives like this quite often, usually a few times a week. Lately, it's been a little bit less just because honestly, I've been caught up on it and I'm trying to like stick with that. I also am getting ready to go to or on a slight road trip for about a week. So we will have a little bit of time off for that too. Let's go ahead and do our second coats though of Infallible while we chat here. But we do lives a few times a week here. I do upload them here and over on YouTube to make replay watching a little bit easier as well. I also have a broadcasting group here on Instagram where I let everyone know that I'm going to be live that day. I post in stories and in the Makers fan Facebook groups too, but sometimes you just don't see those where the hello, Miss Crystal. What's for dinner tonight? I said earlier, I was like, Crystal's not here. I can't ask her yet. Here it is in 2 coats, unmagnetized, y'all. It's stunning on its own, for real. I know there's a lot of non-magnetic lovers out there, and this one I think is beautiful both ways. Like, absolutely stunning by itself. Crystal said, sorry I had to vote. Don't ever be apologetic for voting, girl. You do it. We need all of those votes out there. But yes, so the broadcasting group just kind of lets you 100% know. It's like a chat group, but we don't actually chat. I just post in there and y'all can respond back. You can't actually like reply. I believe that's how it works. So it's not a group chat. You're not going to get 500 notifications, but it does let you know specifically that I'm going to be live and it is more apt to notify you. Here it is again, unmagnetized, y'all. It is magnified. We're super zoomed in. Unmagnetized. And we're going to put it down in that velvet zone. Just doing Potbelly since we did voting. That's good. I have never had Potbelly. We have it here, but we've just never been there. So I totally understand having quick meals. And I can't judge y'all. I went to Waffle House for lunch. Like, I was craving a waffle, and that's what we did. Jen, it's a sandwich shop. Yes, it is a sandwich shop. I didn't see where Jen said, what is Potbelly? All right, so we're going back to our mellifluous. Y'all, I'm still probably saying it wrong. Here it is in 2 coats. It's pretty opaque for you 3-coat lovers out there or strong visible nail lines. You might want a 3rd. For me and my shorties, which y'all, we're not even going to talk about the trader right now. I hit it on my hair clip. And if you saw my story, it literally just took a gash out of the middle of my nail. I don't know what happened. It determined all the way down. We're ignoring it. But since I have my shorties, I think 2 coats will be fine for me. It's very pretty. I love the shimmer to it. It's just like a dainty, sweet polish. Jen says, oh, yum. You can see that beautiful pinky, purple blue shimmer in it. And then it has that silver magnetic line. I think this is absolutely stunning. I love how sweet and simple. I shouldn't say simple because it's not a simple polish with that magnetic and the shimmer, but like it just, I don't know. It's just so like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know the word I want. It's subtle, but like has that pizzazz to it. It's just gorgeous. Crystal says, yeah, I like their avocado turkey sandwich. I will admit to y'all, please don't hate me. I don't love avocado. I don't. It tastes like grass to me. I like fresh made guacamole, but that's about it. That's about as avocado as I go. Here is our 2 coats of mellifluous. I think that's how you say it, y'all. I feel like that's the best way I've said it. But with our velvet. And as I said, you can definitely see the velvet technique way more on that 2nd coat. All that magnetic pigment really did pull there in the middle. So you have that beautiful pinky purple shimmer on the outsides and then all that gorgeous silver silver magnetic pigment in the middle. As far as opacity, again, I'm happy in 2 coats on this. You may want 3. Rebecca says classic. Yes, that's the word I want. It is very classic. It's just sweet and subtle with still having this like pop of fun to it. Classic is a great word, Rebecca. Thank you. All right, let me get you a label shot. We will probably have to zoom out a little bit to be able to do this so I can get the bottle in there with the swatch sticks. All right, so this is our 2 coats of mellifluous. See, y'all, I still can't. You've got your velvet on top and your bar magnet on bottom. Crystal says, I never did until the last couple of years. Jen says, I hate avocado. I did try it, but couldn't do it. Yeah, I always try things with it on it, and I'm not like one to like super pick it out, but I don't want to be like, let me eat avocado toast, because I just don't like it. It tastes like wet grass, and I could just go outside and eat some wet grass, y'all. Plus, I find it very expensive. That is a personal opinion. Laura says, I love avocado. I usually can't get good ones here, though. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, we're not exactly the prime avocado area. All right, let's go look at our second coats here of Infallible. Let me zoom back in a little bit here. So this is 2 coats of our Infallible. This was that linear hollow with pink to orange shifting shimmer and hazy silver magnetic pull. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of shocked at how strong that magnetic line is against the hollow. I really thought the hollow was gonna be the star here, but you really can see that line in there. Again, as far as opacity goes, I feel like me and my shorties are going to be happy with 2. I do feel like anyone who uses clear extensions or has a strong visible nail line, you might want 3 coats. I'm quite happy with 2. You can see that gorgeous orange pink shimmer. And then that line is just really nice and crisp and clean against the hollow. And of course, it is a linear hollow. So let's get that flash. Oops, sorry. And you can see that flame, which really does pull that shimmer even stronger. Crystal, oh no, I have to have it on more than just toast itself. Laura, I used garlic cheese focaccia for avocado toast this morning. Just give me the focaccia, Laura. You can keep your avocado. Like, that sounds absolutely delicious. Crystal, I like it in a burrito bowl or with turkey, etc. Yeah, I mean, I can do it on top of stuff. Like, if I get nachos and it's on there, y'all, I don't pick it out. But, like, I just don't reach for an avocado. All right, let's check out the velvet swatch of this. Again, this is 2 coats of Infallible. Chris says, ooh, the brown says brown, y'all. The bread sounds amazing, Laura. Laura says, it was a happy accident. I overproofed my sourdough. Been there for sure. All right, here is our velvet. Y'all, I went straight for the flashlight, so I guess we're going to show it with flash first. I don't know why. I think it's because the flashlight was in my hand already a second ago for the other one. But here it is, 2 coats with flash. You can see that beautiful flame. And then, of course, you see that velvet magnetic pigment there in the middle. Jen says, ooh, garlic cheese focaccia. Also, I don't remember who we were chatting with the other day. Oh, I think it was Hoopty. I think it was Richard on Facebook. He posted like fun words. Focaccia is a fun word too. That should be on the list. Last night we went to a comedy show and they said scurry and we were like, ooh, that's a good word too. All right, here it is, 2 coats on flashlight now, y'all, just on its own. Again, this is the velvet technique, so you can see all that beautiful magnetic pigment there in the middle. Opacity wise, I'm definitely happy with this in 2 coats, especially because all that pigment there. Again, some 3 coaters may prefer it with a 3rd coat. I like it with 3 though, or I like it with 2. Y'all, brain. We don't have a brain here. It's not, it doesn't exist. This is super pretty though. I love that shimmer to it too. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me get you a label shot. Crystal says, bread is always yummy. I've never made anything from scratch besides roll for Thanksgiving. It is a lot simpler than you would think, Crystal. Now, anyone who does sourdough will tell you sourdough is a lot of work, and it is, which is probably why I haven't done it in a while, because it's kind of like a day commitment at least, and I just haven't had the time to commit a full day to doing it. Here is your 2 coats of Infallible. You have velvet on top and bar on bottom, if I can get them to stop slipping and sliding, y'all. But yeah, homemade bread is not horrific to do. And honestly, like sandwich bread and stuff, really easy. You don't have to do all the kneading and folding and resting and all of that stuff. But it's kind of like stress relieving and just fun to do. I want to get back to it, just, you know, life. All right, so those are our 2 magnetics. I am going to go ahead and set all of this to the side so that way we can move on. And I always set this stuff back up on the magnet. I don't know why, because they just come off of here and go into a Ziploc with all my other swatch sticks. But, you know, it's the thought, right? It's the thought that we keep them nice and pretty. All right, let's go into our, I don't know. What should we do next? Let's just go into our swatch wheel. Let's just move on to the swatch wheel. Lacey says, I'm not prepared for the commitment that sourdough requires. Hello, Morbid Mannies. So honestly, like, it is a commitment to make a bread that day. As far as the starter goes, a lot of people overthink it, in my opinion. I store mine in the fridge. I pull it out the day before I want to use it. I feed it that night. I feed it the day of that morning. And then I go for it. I pull it out the day before, feed it in the morning and night before I want to use it. And then it's ready to go the day I want it. That's it. I've actually had mine stored for months now in the fridge. I really need to go in and pour the hooch off of it and give it a good stir and feed it. But it's fine. Like, it's been good to go in there, and I've had it for over a year now. I did get one from my Kitchenology. She sent me some of hers that she's had for a long time now, so it was a good starter to start with. But it's a little less scary than people think, in my opinion. Okay, as far as getting into these swatches, we're going to start with Vivacity. That's the word I'm saying. I'm probably saying it wrong, y'all, but we're going with Vivacity. Jen says, Crystal, I make my own pizza dough all the time. Super easy if you ever want the recipe. Yes, pizza dough is a fun one and actually a really good starter to do because you really can't mess it up. Crystal says, that sounds good, Jen. I love this. You guys, this group is so amazing. All right. Vivacity is a red leaning magenta base with blue to violet shifting shimmer and tiny silver flickies that give it a metallic feel. Okay. So I thought it was a, larger pigment shimmer in here, y'all, but it definitely has micro silver metallic flakies. So they are teeny in there, but it gives us this extra little touch of shimmer and that glow. Beautiful. Let's get it on our swatch wheel. Now we are using a white opaque-ish swatch wheel. So of course, some of these brighter polishes, it may have a slight effect on how bright they come out. Please keep that in mind. But personally, I love the opaque swatch wheels better than the clear ones because the clears were just a pain in the butt. Ooh, y'all. Okay. Look at how opaque that was. Like that's a really nice and opaque for one coat. And those silver microflakes are absolutely beautiful. This gives me like gown vibes. You know what I mean? Like, is anybody thinking of like, I'm picturing a sleek prom dress covered in like just silver pink metallic fabric. I don't know how to describe it, y'all. It just makes me think of a beautiful ball gown. It's gorgeous. Crystal says, love that. Morbid Mayonnaise says, wow, that's pretty. Leslie is Morbid Mayonnaise. Sorry, trying to learn government names as we do this. I apologize if I do keep calling you by your handle. The ADD doesn't always let names stick. Or if I say your name 5,000 times, so maybe I'll remember it. Jen says, may take me a few days to be honest. I have strep throat, just reminded me. Oh my goodness, Jen, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better soon. Crystal says, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon, Jen. See, y'all, I love this group. Y'all are amazing. We have the love. We share things. There's no gatekeeping. Like, it's amazing. I love this community. Leslie says, haha, no worries. I'm terrible with names. I am too. I have cheat sheets. I write things down. I literally will have to say your name probably 300 times, especially if you come into a live again. I may have forgotten it by the next live. I'm so sorry. But I try. All right. So that was our first coat of Vivacity. Vivacity. That's how we're saying it. I don't know if it's correct, but that's how I'm saying it. Next, we're going to go into our Sycophant, which is the potential glow in the dark. It does not say it on the label, but sometimes that gets overlooked, but it is on my info sheet as glow in the dark. So hopefully we remember. Somebody yell at me at the end if I try to get off without showing it glow in the dark. This is our sheer indigo base with sky blue to indigo shifting shimmer and pale lavender glow in the dark, which y'all, I love LynB's glow in the dark. I think she does a fabulous job with her glow in the darks. Jen says, thank you, Crystal. And thank you, Chelsea. You are so welcome, Jen. I feel so bad that you're sick again. Like, I feel like you guys just can't catch a break. Maybe it's all that snow that you left so much coming in again. Hello, Tiana. Welcome, welcome. We are showing off the LynB's Lover Awards Moira Part 2 collection. It launches March 13th. We have done 2 coats of the 2 magnetics already, which I will show them again at the end of the video. And then we've only done 1 coat on our swatch wheel of 1 so far. This is actually the first coat going on of, I've already forgotten the name, y'all. Sycophant. It is a little bit on the thinner side, but I do think a second coat, especially with how glowy that is, I think a second coat will be fine for this one. But it has such a beautiful glow to it. Hello, Ursuline. Jen says, oh my God, tell me about it. Yeah, you guys have just been through it the last few months. Hello, Frida. Welcome, welcome. All of our OGs popping in. I love this. All right, so this one is the first coat of Psychophant. Again, this one is not labeled glow in the dark, but the info says it is, and I can see, I don't know if y'all can see, glow in the darks get a slight texture because the glow in the dark pigment is just a little bit thicker, and I can see that texture. So I do think that this one is going to glow in the dark. We will show it at the end when I can turn off the lights. Somebody yell at me if I try to get off early. I will try my best to remember, but y'all know the ADD. That glow is absolutely beautiful, though. Again, we talked about opacity. It's not great in 1, but I think 2 will be perfect. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm a big fan of this one, y'all, for sure. Definitely excited to see that second coat because I know that shimmer is just going to really, really pull up. So that was our first coat of Psychophant. Psychophant. I don't know if we do it as a PH sound or an F sound, but again, these are words and they're hard words, y'all. Next up is going to be Languid as soon as I find it. Here we go. We have Languid. I am excited to see this one out of the bottle to see what that base actually is. It is a muted blue jelly base with red to orange shifting shimmer. I thought it was going to be purple, so I'm very intrigued to see this blue base. Of course, it has a beautiful shimmer to it. You can see the red and orange instantly. Psychophant. Thank you. See, y'all, I'm bad at pronouncing things. I always appreciate a good phonetic spelling on anything. Actually, our last live, LynB did put a phonetic spelling on the info sheet. I was like, guys, I can't say this. And I looked over to read the description and it was there. And I was so excited. I messaged her immediately and was like, thank you so much. Like, yeah, I'm terrible at pronouncing things. All right, let's get this first coat of Languid on here. Ooh, see, yep, I was not expecting that blue base. It's definitely a smoky blue base. I was thinking, yo, there's a fuzzy. Can we get it off? Can you? Thank you. I was thinking it was going to be more purple tone than that, just from the bottle. It's very smoky, very toned down. Again, I feel like this would be another color if you were trying to be a little more subtle for the day, but that shimmer is very clearly there. Definitely needs a second coat. It's not horrific in 1, but definitely wants a second coat, which will really bring that shimmer up even more. We're going to ignore. Can I get you off? Yeah. All right. Well, I made a mess of that one, but whatever. Now we won't have cross contamination on our next color. This shimmer is beautiful. Very pretty. Definitely needs a second coat. That was the first coat of Languid. Next up, we're going to go into Pernicious. Oh, which I had, and then I moved. All right, we're going to go into Pernicious. I'm very excited. This is one of our 2 Pruglies, in my opinion. It is a blackened green base filled with copper to gold shifting shimmer. And again, you can see the copper and the gold very easily, both colors in this one. I think this is a beautiful green. It's just a little bit on the murky side, almost moss-ish, if you will. Yes. Okay. I love this. I love the finish on this. It gives it that kind of sultry mermaid-esque vibe. Hello, Maria. Welcome in. This is LynB's Lover of Words Moira Part 2 collection. It launches March 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern. Currently, I'm showing 1 coat of Pernicious, which it's not bad in 1 coat, y'all. Like 2 coats will definitely be good, but it's not bad in 1. It's beautiful. I have another little fuzzy on there. I don't know what's going on with fuzzies tonight, but just pretend it's not there. I love this. Y'all know I love green. I love this green. My green section is actually probably going to fill up so fast. I think you're going to probably fit 10 more greens on my rack. I should have left an extra empty row for greens. I know that would be cheating, but like, yeah. Jen says, I love this one. Me too. So that was our first coat of Pernicious. Next, we're going to go into Bedeviled, which is our beautiful, beautiful sparkly red, y'all. This one is a dark red base filled with pink to orange to gold shifting flakies and silver reflective glitter. You can definitely see those beautiful flakies shift in there. Jenna Lynn puts a bunch of flakies in her flaky polishes. You don't have to fidget for them, dig for them, any of that stuff. They just come out beautifully and they layer. And then, of course, this does have a reflective in it. So we're going to grab the flash and show off those sparkles even more. Yes, this very much reminds me of gemstones. Very pretty. I hope we have some sunshine for these swatches. We actually are supposed to rain a lot. I'm happy though. Our original forecast for the next like 2 weeks was just rain, and now they're breaking us up with a little sunshine. We're supposed to hit 80 degrees on Friday, which is absurd for March, but honestly, Missouri weather has been extra absurd lately, so I guess it is what it is, but I will take sunshine on Friday. All right, here is our first coat. Again, you have those beautiful flakies. I love that you can already see the reflective sparkles. Maria sent fire emojis. Yeah, this is beautiful. Now, it is a deeper red base. I feel like it's got a little bit of a berry vibe to it. Again, the white swatch wheel might have just a tiny effect on that color. Opacity wise, it's not bad in 1. I do feel like it's almost a jelly-esque base, so 2 will be better. It is also drying textured. You can see that already because it's a reflective, so you're going to want a layer of a glitter smoother before you follow it up with your top coat, but we all expect that these days. Lacey, I'm trying so hard to say your name correct. She says, we'll take some of your rain here in Florida. You can have it. I mean, technically we do need some here, but like I'm already over it. Although, y'all, I sleep so good when it rains. Last night, I woke up in the middle of the night to just hard pouring rain, and it was magnificent. And then all of a sudden it just like cut off. Like it was just done. It was very strange. Jen says, look at that chunky boy. Yeah, look at them big flakies. Jen, you know I love a big flaky. You got a couple of them in there. Yes, yes, yes. Crystal, BRB, the Potbelly app is on my phone. Yes, go order your food, Crystal. Y'all need to eat. All right, here it is with Flash. Very sparkly. This is really pretty. And I honestly, y'all, I'm glad that it's slightly on the berry red side because as we said, I'm not a big red lover. It's just a personal thing for me. I just don't wear it. I've never liked it with my skin tone. But I like this berry shade very much. It's very pretty. So that was our first coat. Excuse me, y'all. I love how I always turn my head away from the phone so I don't cough in your guys' ears, but like I have an earbud in, so that doesn't help. So that was our first coat of Bedeviled. Next, we're going to grab our Irksome, which is again another beautiful Pruggly green. This is our acid green base with green to aqua to blue shifting shimmer, and you can see that shimmer instantly in there. Very pretty. I will say the tone looks slightly similar to my Boo from the Halloween quad, but you can see they are very different. So you have that limey green base, but this has that beautiful blue aqua green shimmer. This had an orangey red. So again, we are very different from previous greens. Honestly, y'all probably weren't thinking it was the same. My brain said bright green, and that's why we went to that. But this is very much its own green. Let's get that first coat here. Yes. I love it. I know that this one is going to be a bit controversial to y'all. Some of you are going to love this. Some of y'all are going to hate this. I love this. And also, can we just see that I got some over here on our Bedeviled, and I'm like digging that color combo too. Like, I just think they're beautiful together. Maybe it's just me. Opacity wise, I definitely think a second coat, but I think 2 coats will be good on this one. Also, that second coat's going to really make that gorgeous shimmer come through even more. I love this color. Laura says love. Yes. It is very much a love or hate polish, and that's okay. There is something for everyone, as I said. Leslie says she sent a green and a yellow heart emoji. Yes, it is a very greenish yellow here. We had a very mossy green kind of with this one, and this one is more of a yellow green. I love it. Love, love, love this one. We love greens here. This one is also going to my keep pile. Y'all, I don't know what I'm going to do with greens. Maybe I can start getting rid of blues to trade for greens because I do have 5 rows of blues. So maybe I'll start when my greens fill up. We'll start swapping out greens for blue. Hello, Chrissy Loves Lacquer. Welcome, welcome. We just finished our first coat, y'all, of Irksome from LynB Designs Lover of Words Moira Pipe 2 collection. And now we're doing the last first coat here, which is Quixotic. There is a brand, or was a brand, called Quixotic, which, y'all, I'm telling you, is the only reason I know how to say that word. This one is our thermal. We took guesses earlier of what we thought it was. I think Laura and me both said clear. I'm not sure if anybody else guessed. Does anybody else want to put a guess of what this is going to shift to before I read the description? It looks like we have this denim-y kind of blue base. It has a gorgeous purple pink shimmer, you can see. And then there are definitely hollow flakies in here. And it is a thermal. So I guess clear. Hello, Devilbird. And Laura guessed clear. Does anyone want to guess what color it's going to switch to? Jen's Quixotic polish was fantastic. Yes, it was. I still have a couple of theirs that I kept when I did my wall. Jen says it's going to go to a light blue. I think that's a pretty good guess too. All right, I'm going to read the description now. Last chance for guesses, y'all. Okay, our official description. Ooh, Morbid Mayonnaise says a dark shade. I haven't seen a thermal that goes darker when it's warm. Personally, doesn't mean it can't happen. And if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be LynB, y'all. You know it. Let's see. What are we actually? It is a deep pale to gray thermal filled with purple to pink shifting shimmer and added hollow flakies. So none of us guessed gray. I am definitely excited to see this come out in its warm shade. Those are not, that was a weird way to say that. I'm excited to see this shift when we dip it in hot water, y'all. Here it is with the flash on it. So you can see those hollow flakies in there too, as well as that beautiful purple pink shimmer. Jen said gray. Yes, we know Jen loves her gray polishes, y'all. Only thing that would make this better for Jen is those black flakies that are retired. But honestly, I really like this without the black flakies. I love black flakies too, don't get me wrong. I think they add it. But I always feel like black flakies make a polish a little bit grungier. So sometimes I like the brightness you get without them in polishes. But Jen says love gray with a gray heart. All right, let's do our first coat here of Quixotic. I am going to do this on a swatch stick so we can dip it in hot water at the end. Again, that's going to have some effect on the opacity being a clear stick, but it just makes it way easier to dip it. I do have hot water on my mug warmer, nice and hot. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure I turned it on, y'all. I'm like 99% certain I did. We'll see. Here it is in one coat. Okay, y'all. Honestly, I'm not mad at that opacity. That's one coat on a clear swatch stick. Like, yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. And that beautiful shimmer, which we know will get even more intense. We do that second coat, and tons of hollow flakies. She did not skimp on those hollow flakes. Jen said, wow, black flakies. I'm sure we will find another maker of them. It will exist again, Jen. Chrissy says, I don't think darker warm is possible. I feel like some polish makers said that once, but I could be remembering wrong. I think you're correct. I think it's just not a thing, but I could be wrong too. Laura, can always add black flaky topper. Ooh, yes, you can add top hat to it for sure. This would look really cool with top hat, honestly. Chrissy says, yes, so pretty already. Agreed. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I just know that Jen loves her black flakies, and that's what would make this better as a gray thermal for Jen. Jen said, Laura, I have backups of my black flaky toppers. Good, Jen. You are set then. You are all ready. All right. So again, opacity wise, I'm really surprised at this one in one coat on a clear stick. So 2 coats should be totally fine. We will do our dip in hot water at the end of it. Chrissy, got to pop out for a minute. Be back soon. No worries. We will be here for a little bit. All right, so that was our first coat, y'all, of Quixotic, which is a fun word. Y'all, there's so few Q words in the world. We need more Q words. All right, let's go back and do second coats. I'm going to move our swatch stick over to the left so maybe I don't stick my arm in it. We're going to go back to our swatch wheel, do some second coats, starting with Vivacity. Still don't know if I'm saying it right, but that's how we're saying it. Hello, Crystal. Welcome back. We are just getting ready to do our second coats of things, so you are still great on time. This one is our red leaning magenta base with blue to violet shifting shimmer and tiny silver flakes that give it a metallic feel. Try not to stick my hand in any of the other swatches. All right, second coat here of Vivacity. Again, still probably saying it wrong, but that's how we're going to say it. And this is gorgeous. Look at how intense that shimmer got on the second coat. Definitely opaque in 2. No questions. Hello, it's Nanya Biz. I still love your handle. We are showing off LynB Designs Lover of Words Moira Part 2 collection. It launches March 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, y'all, if you join the LynB Loves Facebook group, she does open the shop early sometimes, and she always posts in there first. This is beautiful, y'all. This is our 2 coats of Vivacity. I love the shimmer in this, and I love those silver metallic flakes. They really do make me think of a dress. Like, maybe one of Barbie's glamour dresses. Y'all have to know what I'm talking about. Like, it can't just be me who sees it, right? Like, I just keep seeing a pretty, like, shimmery ball gown top dress. I don't know. Like something a beauty queen would wear, y'all. All right, let me give you label shots. 2 coats of Vivacity. Next, we're going into Psycho Pant. Is that how we said it earlier? Someone gave me I believe, I know y'all, we had a phonetic, but it was so far up. Psycho Fant. Yes. Leslie gave me that. Thank you, Psycho Fant. Because you know we can't say things here. And this one is our, I'm trying to find on my list, sheer indigo base with sky blue to indigo shifting shimmer and pale lavender glow in the dark. So again, y'all, don't let me get off of here without showing you the glow of this thing, because you know LynB makes some really cool glow in the darks. I'm trying to make sure I'm in frame here. I just realized I actually haven't checked all night to make sure we're in frame while doing it. Yes, look at that glow. Crystal says sycophant. Thank you again. Appreciate it, y'all. Opacity wise, I'm really happy with that in 2. I know that our chronic 3-coaters like Jen is going to want a 3rd, and there's nothing wrong with it. But for me and my impatient laziness, I'm cool with 2. It's beautiful. It's very glowy. It does have a teeny bit of texture from the glow powder in there. I think that 1 coat of LynB's Be Quick top coat will be just fine. You could do a glitter smoother if you really were worried about that texture, but I think just top coat will be fine in this case. It's very shimmery and glowy. Beautiful. I'm excited to see this one glow. Again, we'll do that at the very end so I can turn off lights and not have to turn them back on 6 and 7 times. But here it is with your label shot in the light. 2 coats of Sycophant. Crystal said there are some pretty blues that have been coming out lately everywhere. Yes, I feel like everyone's just in those bright yellow. It's slipping and sliding like crazy. I feel like everyone's in those just bright color phases. We're all just tired of winter and muted tones and ready for some fun colors. So I love this. This is beautiful. Very glowy. Excited to see the glow in the dark for sure. And the next is Languid, which was that muted blue jelly base with red to orange shifting shimmer. This one definitely needed a 2nd coat, but I still think it's going to be good in 2. We're also ignoring the fact that I stuck my hand in it earlier. This is very pretty. It's very like smoky. I feel like it still fits the winter vibes if anybody's not ready for spring colors. Maria says periwinkle. Oh, yes, I do love a good periwinkle. Laura, well, apparently I have too many blues. So you don't have too many blues, Laura. Our numbers are skewed. Makers just make more blues than they do others. Blues, pinks, greens, and purples. Those are just made more. You don't have too many blues, Laura. There's no such thing. All right, as far as opacity, again, because of how strong that shimmer is, I am happy with this in 2 coats. I do think people are going to want 3 coats. Especially if you have a stronger visible nail line. Me and my shorties are going to do 2. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous shimmer though, y'all. That red to orange just pops off of that beautiful gray blue background. Just, oh my God, I just Jill's 16-year anniversary today, and it was a bright, fun glitter curly. I'm very excited. I have not received mine yet, but I am very excited to see it and to celebrate their anniversary. Crystal, was that the most in your collection, Laura? Yes, Crystal did have the most blues. I did too. Ultimately, in the end, because I found a bag of red and green I lent my mom for Christmas after I got everything done. Ultimately, I had 1 more blue than greens, but it was the most I had of a single color. Maria says, I'm sorry, you are not Maria. You are Leslie, correct? Yes. Sorry. So sorry. I'm trying my best, y'all. I have two similar polishes, so of course I like this one. Of course. Isn't it beautiful? Laura says it was Crystal. Sorry, typos. I was excited. Wait, where did we see Crystal now? I'm so confused. Did I miss something? Am I saying wrong names now? I don't even know, y'all. I don't even know what I missed. Jen says, sorry, typos. I was excited. But what did Laura say? Y'all, I missed something. All right. Anyways, here's your label shot of 2 coats of Languid. Oh, I love that shimmer in there, y'all. It just glows. Also, I'm sorry, but every single time I see a bright blue or red with that glow, I just think lightsaber. Just every time. Every time. Which, I mean, Star Wars Day is coming up, right? In May. We've got, so, I mean, you could buy this and use it for Star Wars Day. Crystal, I haven't counted. I keep buying purple everywhere. I only have mine counted because we just did the wall. And technically, I don't even have them counted anymore because I have put swatch polishes up on the wall already. So I technically don't have a full number anymore, and we're not going to. We're not going to count. It is what it is, y'all. Next, we're going to go into Pernicious. Laura says, I have 275 blues in a collection of about 1,200. I have 321 at the count before swatches things got put up this week. Chrissy, I'm so excited for this collection. Isn't it gorgeous? I love this color for sure, y'all. It is our black and green base filled with copper to gold shifting shimmer. It very much gives me mermaid vibes. I love it. I can see some scales stamped over top of this. Ugh, it's beautiful. Or like Creature from the Black Lagoon on top of this one, because it's just a little bit of a deeper murky tone to it. Becca, I just started a spreadsheet for mine. Y'all, I gave up a cataloging. I did. I wanted to catalog everything before I got up on the wall. That was taking too long. I need to get things unpacked. And then I was like, well, there's no point in cataloging things I'm going to purge. So I'll do purge and then catalog. And then I mixed my uncatalogued stuff in with my catalog stuff. And I was like, well, that's my decision. So I'm still cataloging stamping plates so I don't purchase multiple of the same stamping plate. But I've given up cataloging my polish. They are what they are. Rebecca, I have a spreadsheet too. Best thing ever. Yeah, I used an app and a spreadsheet, and y'all, I have too many, and because of purging, it's not ideal for me anymore. Leslie, good swampy polish, isn't it? Definitely opaque in too, y'all. Definitely. Look at that gorgeous shimmer. Love this too. Y'all, I just love this collection. I'm going to say I love it to everything tonight. It is what it is. I just love this collection. It's beautiful. It's so shimmery. I really love this finish. I know some people don't because they don't love brush strokes. For me, I think the brush strokes kind of add to it. I feel like they make it, in my opinion. That's a me thing. Y'all do you know it. Polish is what you want it to be. Hello, Jess. Welcome. This is LynB's Lover of Words Moira Part 2 collection. We just finished the second coat here of Pernicious. Crystal says, hey, Jess. I love this swamp green, y'all. And again, I love the brush strokes in it. I know some people hate brush strokes, but I think sometimes they just add to it. It just makes it this like metallic shimmer. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Leslie says hi. Jess says hi, Crystal. Next, we're going into Bedeviled, which is our dark red base filled with pink to orange to gold shifting flakies and silver reflective glitters. Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, y'all. Apologies in advance if it happens. Are we in focus? All right, there we go. All right, second coat added so much more depth. It was really good in one, honestly, but two, look at that. And we got even more of those beautiful shifting flakies and all that reflective glitter, but definitely opaque in two here. Oop, I just hit the bottle. I so thought I was going to knock that whole thing over. Chris says, it's so close to several other Pruglies I have, but I need that swampy green. Yes, it's gorgeous. We can have similar but not the same polishes, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. This is really pretty. And again, y'all, I'm glad that it has a slight berry tone because I'm not such a red lover, but I do like this berry shade. Very much gemstone vibes coming from this. Again, it is a reflective, so you're gonna want a glitter grabber before you top it with your LynB's Be Quick or your favorite glossy top coats. There's so many flakies in here shifting. Let me grab that flash. We can show off the reflective glitters even more. Such a pretty polish. Again, I love it. I know I say that about all of them, y'all, but I love this collection. I think it's so fun. Let's get you a label shot. 2 coats of Bedeviled. Oop, there we go. And we're circling back to that Prugly here. We've got Irksome. Hello, Sammy. Welcome, welcome. I am showing off LynB Designs Lover of Wards Moira Part 2 collection. It comes out March 13th. We're just getting ready to do our second coat of Irksome, which is an acid green base with green to aqua to blue shifting shimmer. Very much a Prugly in my opinion. And y'all, again, my heart loves a good Prugly, especially a Prugly green. This was pretty opaque in one, honestly, especially for being at that yellowish green tone. So I have no doubts. Yes, I'm happy with that in 2. Again, some of y'all might want 3. That's a personal opinion. I'm happy with 2. It did make that shimmer have even more depth and dimension to it on the second coat, though. Very pretty. I actually really like these 2 greens together. Like, I know I said I love these together, and I do. I love that combo. I just think it's pretty. But these greens would be really pretty as, like, a mermaid mani, and then you have the little accent. Yes. It's so pretty and so glowy. We're going to ignore the fact that I missed a little air bubble there on the tip. Just as so vibrant. Now, the white opaque swatch wheel might have a little touch of an effect on the vibrancy there, but I don't think it's doing a whole lot. We will obviously see it on my natural nails when we do it. I always post how many coats I do. I do personally try to stick to 2 coats so you can see it in 2 coats and decide if you want a third or not, unless the brand suggests 3 coats. I stick to 2. Y'all know I'm lazy. I'm impatient. 2 coats is my go-to. This is so pretty. Jess, you love them together because it looks like pickle in his juice. Yeah, you got the outside of the pickle, the inside of pickle. I totally see it. Again, I'm a pickle lover. You know it, Jess. You know it. Chrissy says exactly what I was thinking. Those 2 need to be a mani together. And maybe that's why I love it. Yep. Crystal says LOL. Y'all know I love me some pickles. Also, I feel like my Jeep is like in between these colors. So maybe they just go good with my Jeep. Here is your screenshot for Irksome. Chrissy said, haha, and sent some cucumber emojis. Also, y'all, I'm sorry. It's 2026. We should have a pickle. There should be a pickle emoji. We have pickle everything else. Is it Elf? I think it's Elf who just released a pickle lip gloss. But y'all, I was like, I don't need that. It's $9. I bet shipping's like $12. That's ridiculous. But I was like, out of curiosity, I'm going to go see what shipping is. And it sold out in 30 minutes. Like, if we are selling out pickle lip glosses in 30 minutes, we should have a pickle emoji. This is ridiculous. Leslie sent a bunch of cucumbers as well and a laughing emoji. Beautiful. Love it. All right. And then last but not least, we're going to do that second coat of our thermal Quixotic, and we'll do the dippies. And then we will show the glow in the dark of Sycophant. That's how we say it. Y'all see it. I told you. Even if you tell me how to say it wrong, I'm going to say it wrong. So this was our first coat here on our swatch stick. It is our, I've lost it on the map. Or the paper. I guess it's not a map. Quixotic is a deep teal to pale gray thermal filled with purple to pink shifting shimmer and added hollow flakies. So this was our first coat. I was really happy with the opacity of that. But let's see the second coat. Chrissy said, I thought of you when I saw that pickle glass. I think I had like 3 people send it to me. And I was like, I bet shipping's going to be crazy. And then I was just like, well, maybe. And y'all, I got on at 11:30 my time, it was 30 minutes after the launch, y'all, and it was sold out, and it has been sold out. I don't think they're going to restock it. I'm kind of a little annoyed, but also, did I really need it? No, I did not. So, all right, here is our second coat. Yeah, the first coat I was not mad at, y'all, especially on a clear swatch stick, but 2 coats were definitely opaque in 2 coats. Look at that beautiful, beautiful purple pink shimmer in there. And of course, those hollow flakies. I think this is a lovely shade on its own. Also, I don't know when I got polish on my finger before just now, but apparently it's been an official live for a while and I missed it. Jen says shimmer. Laura says shimmery is so pretty. Isn't that shimmer so pretty? And then let's grab the flash so we can show. Okay, I think we're back. Y'all, we've had rain here and for some reason, yes, for Laura says freezing for anyone else. Okay, let me know if you can hear me and if we're okay and you have movement on your screen. For some reason when it rains here, our internet likes to drop. It could just be sprinkling, and the internet will drop, and it apparently decided to go out. So I have just hooked onto the hotspot on my other phone. So hopefully we can get through this. Okay, Bianca says I can hear you. Maria says back now. Okay, so sorry, y'all. Yeah, the internet just decided to just stop, and it's not even raining right now. I don't even understand it. I don't understand why it does it when it rains, but sometimes when it rains, our internet will go in and out. It's not raining and it just stopped. I don't know why. It was annoying. I apologize for that. And I was not even going to lie, y'all. That was so stressful. I was like, oh, I gotta try and open my internet accessibility settings without closing Instagram and not, I was like, God, if this closes, I'm going to be so mad because then this is 2 parts and like, but we got there. We're okay. All right. So that was our second coat. Did we do the flash? I don't remember if I did the flash, y'all. I just had a mini panic attack. Here. Oh, and now I'm bumping y'all. Okay, we're going to take just a second to breathe and relax because when I rush, I make more mistakes. Here is Quixotic with Flash because I don't think we even got to that. Laura's in a thumbs up. Okay, so sorry, y'all. Of course, if you're watching the replay here or on YouTube, you probably have no idea that it froze because it cuts that part out when we download it. But here's the flash so you can see those beautiful hollow flakies. I also feel like it zoomed us out. Did it zoom us out? I feel like it zoomed us out. It was not focusing very well. All right, one more time with flash because that focus was horrific. Beautiful. It's okay. Breathe. Yes. Y'all, things happen and stress kicks in. Okay. So this one again is our thermal. So it's the deep teal to pale gray thermal filled with purple to pink shifting shimmer and added hollow flakies. Let me give you a bottle shot of it in its cold state. This is our 2 coats of Quixotic. And then we will grab the hot water and do our dip so you can see it in its hot state. Perfect. And then the hot water, which has been over here on our mug warmer, staying nice and warm. I'm going to try not to splash it all over our info sheet, but y'all know it's probably going to happen. And let's do our dip here. Again, we should be a gray. Yes. Okay, so it is definitely a light gray. Still very much opaque. Like you don't see Bella or Edward through there, y'all. So very much still opaque. And then you can see that beautiful purple pink shimmer on top of it. I usually love a more intense shift, but I think that gray to blue is so much there that it still totally works. Also, I don't know if y'all saw that water drop as it was cooling. I feel like she might be a trithermal. I feel like we could be possibly a trithermal. I'm going to try dipping just the already dipped part a little bit more. Yeah, I feel like it could maybe be a trithermal. I know trithermals are hard to get perfect, so a lot of brands don't like to call them trithermals for certain, but it is very beautiful. We got Star Eyes from Leslie. Jess says, okay, love. Jen says it's silvery almost. Yes, those hollow flakies in it does make it almost silver instead of gray. We got a shocked face from Lacey. And Leslie says, love it. Yes. Okay, I'm going to do one more dippy and then I'm going to grab the bottle here so we can do our label shot for y'all. So here's our 2 coats of Quixotic in its transition state. So you've got the cold blue on the left, the warm on the right. And then we also will show it with the flash to again show that hollow with the gray. Laura says, very wintry in my opinion. I get that. I also feel like it could be fun with spring, like some pink and yellow flowers on top of it. It gives me denim vibes, which I'm very much here for. Okay, I'm going to do one more dip so we can grab our flash and show off the hollow on the gray warm color there. That pink and purple shimmer is just beautiful on top of both shades. Yeah, see, it's got almost an aqua color when it's starting to cool off, so I feel like it could be technically a try. Of course, on my shorties, it'll never be a try, but it's beautiful, y'all. Absolutely beautiful. And then the last thing we're going to do is, again, we're going to show off that glow in the dark. I am going to grab the magnetics really quick, just for those that came in a little bit late. We did have 2 magnetics in this collection. We had mellifluous, y'all, I can't say it. We've already determined that. But we had this one, which was our grayed out peachy pastel pink. So we did 2 coats. We have our bar magnet here on the left and our velvet on the right. It's a very lovely, sweet, classic shade. I believe classic is the word we used. So again, for anyone who came in late, here is a quick screen label shot. You've got your velvet on the top and your bar on the bottom. And then we also had, I grabbed the correct one here, Infallible. We had our Infallible, which was a linear hollow base with pink to orange shifting shimmer and a hazy silver magnetic pull. So you've got the bar on the left. It has such a crisp, beautiful line. And then the velvet here on the right. It's absolutely beautiful. Apparently I stuck them to each other earlier. I'm going to grab the flash because it is a linear hollow, so you can see the flame. Sorry, y'all, my phone is definitely in the camera there. You can see that beautiful flame. It really does make that shimmer more intense as well. Stunner. I'll give label shots again, just for those who popped in late. So we have our velvet on top, our bar magnet on bottom, 2 coats of Infallible. Leslie sent a shaking emoji. Aren't they stunning? I have never seen a linear hollow magnetic. Personally, maybe, you know, y'all, maybe I don't get out there enough, but I have never seen one, so I love this. Okay, last thing we want to do is we're going to show off our glow in the dark, which is our Sycophant, which is our beautiful blue here. So I am going to start turning off lights. I apologize for anyone who has issues with flashing lights, but I'm going to start here with the arch light. It is the brightest light we have, and then I'm going to do my little circle lights. I apologize to anyone's robots. Alexa, turn off office lights. And then last but not least, our overhead, which my remote should work tonight. It didn't work last time we did this. Perfect. Okay, so I have lost the bottle, which honestly, y'all, I can see glowing already. It does have a little bit of a glow. These have been sitting in a package for 6 to 8 weeks, so they don't have a whole lot of light to them. I should have grabbed the, okay, here's the swatch wheel. Now, Instagram's in-app camera is not great, but you can see that glow a little bit, and that's just from sitting here. There's no charge or anything. And I didn't grab the UV little keychain before I turned off the lights, so that was, mistakes were made. 2 seconds, y'all. Flashlight here. I had it. There she is. Okay. All right, so I have this little tiny keychain light that I'm just going to give it a little bit of a charge with some UV light here, just to see what she does. I will be taking my shots. There we are. I will take my shots with a UV light. I usually charge for about 10 seconds. It just gets the good pictures, which is what I'm here for. But I also do like to post videos to my story of me going straight from outside after taking the outdoor shots for about 30 seconds and then into the semi-dark house and into the dark room, so you can see how it glows on its own with no charging. It is a little bit on the subtle side. It's also coming up slightly yellowy on camera, and it has more of a purpley blue haze in real life. I won't say it is the strongest glow ever, so if you're one of those who cannot sleep, y'all, I just put my finger underneath it to show opacity. But if you're one who can't really sleep with the glow-in-the-dark polishes, I don't think this one will be a problem for you. But if you do like glow-in-the-dark polishes, this does have a glow to it, and it is definitely pretty. It is stronger in person than the crappy Instagram in-camera or in-app camera, but I wanted to show it glowing. Okay, I'm going to turn lights back on as soon as I find things. So overhead first. All right, and then arch lights. I'm going to flip y'all around so you can see me for a minute. Oh, we shouldn't have done that yet. Hold please. We didn't do our screenshot again. Going back. Everybody go back here. All right. Here is your screenshot of tonight's info. Again, y'all, we made a boo-boo here. It's March 13th, 12 p.m. Eastern. There are 9 polishes in the set, 13 each, 117 per set. And if you use that code WORDS, opening weekend the 13th through 17th, it is half off. And that applies to a lot of things in the shop. It does not apply to like charities and already discounted stuff and all that. And then again, remember LynB's website is lynbsdesigns.store. It is slightly different than you're used to. Again, you can screenshot this for all your information. Let me give you all of our polishes we showed tonight. Can I fit them in the screen? Y'all, my brain, we're not functioning. Okay, there's that. Here is our beautiful pinky magnetic, the mellifluous, and then ineffable. All right, that is everything we showed to, oh no, it's not, I lied. Hold on, our thermal. Let me dippy. Okay. And our beautiful thermal. Will you stay there? That is everything we showed tonight, plus our info for anybody who wants to screenshot that so they have it for their shopping list. Perfect. So many beautiful polishes here. I'm very excited to start swatching these, y'all. I cannot speak tonight. All right, now I'm going to flip you around for just a second. Again, I'm not going to turn on all the overheads because honestly, I'm about to go out of here and go eat some dinner before I come back in and do some labeling and stuff. If you did come in late and you want to see the replay of this, you can watch it here or over on YouTube. It does take me about 20-30 minutes to get it up on YouTube because I have to download it and then get it uploaded over there. And actually, for some reason, the last live I did, it was taking forever. I don't know what was YouTube's problem, but I will have it over there. So if you want to check it out over there so you can pause and come back. I know that these lives are a little bit longer because we hang out, we chat, and that's just part of my lives. So I thank everyone for hanging out with me tonight. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your evening. I do plan on seeing you again in a few days, I believe. I'm waiting for one package to come in because it has some things for Little Box of Horrors in it, and then we will be doing that live next, including one from LynB. I do have her offering for March's Little Box of Horrors, so I'm very excited to show it. Bianca says, thanks for the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out. I love doing these, y'all. It's so much fun to hang out with all of you and show off these beautiful polishes. Leslie, I love your hair. Thank you. I'm actually getting it touched up tomorrow because, y'all, let's be real. These roots, they're not good anymore. And I didn't think they were that bad until I saw photos from an event last night. So yes, I'm actually getting it touched up tomorrow. Jen says, I upload to YouTube in 4K. It takes ages. Well, because they get downloaded from here, I can't upload in 4K, unfortunately. And it does, y'all, I will not lie, admit it does affect the quality a little bit. I still think it's good enough to still see the polishes. They're better quality over here because this is while we're doing it live. But because I'm downloading here and uploading there, it does affect their quality a little bit. So mine are not 4K. If you guys want to see beautiful swatch videos in 4K, go follow Jen for sure. Just as thank you, Chelsea, Maria, and a heart. So with all of that, I'm going to let y'all go and I'm going to go eat some dinner. Hello, Monica. I'm just wrapping up LynB Designs Lover of Words Moira Part 2 collection. Comes out March 13th, 12 p.m. Eastern. Definitely check out the replay here or over on YouTube. Also, for all my replay lovers, leave me a comment. Let's talk words tonight. Since it's a words, let me know what your favorite word is. If it's funny, silly, you just can't say it, if it has a lot of letters, if someone wants to type supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, please do that. But let's talk words tonight. Leave me a comment with your favorite word, and we will all hang out again later in the week. Have a great one. See you in the next one. Bye.